Hello, this is Wisdom Hunter. Today in this tutorial I'm going to actually show you an example of the extended combat zone. So we're actually going to go into a combat and see how it plays out. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so here we are in a combat. We're going to have our ranger over here going up against a cult fanatic. So as you can see, there are two circles around each of the combatants. And the inner circle is where they can actually hit with their weapon. And the outer circle is the extended combat zone with 5 feet extra. That if you're in that area, you can't be hit by the weapon of the other combatant, but you're still within the combat zone. So you can be in that area, you can move to that area without receiving an attack of opportunity. So now with the ranger, we can see that the melee weapon has this inner 5-foot circle. But the ranger will also be able to use a ranged weapon, so keep that in mind. And so now the cult fanatic is going to come in with a spear, which has a 10-foot reach all the way out here, plus the 5-foot extended combat zone. So if anybody's within this larger circle around here, or within it, on the inside or in it, they're in the combat zone of the cult fanatic. For example, if they're in this orange zone and they move out to this purple zone, they're still within the combat zone and can't get an attack of opportunity. So the idea of all this is just to get more movement, have more space that you can move within and around your combatants without having to risk getting an attack of opportunity, so it frees up movement. So let's watch what happens. So down here in the combat order, we're going to see the cult fanatic goes first. Okay, so what is the cult fanatic going to do? Move in with the spear to here, put the ranger within that inner circle, which is the actual attack zone of the combat zone. Now if the ranger was out here in this purple zone, it would be too far away. For example, if the cult fanatic only came into here and the ranger was in that purple zone out here with a 10-foot reach with a spear, the cult fanatic would not be able to reach the ranger. So the cult fanatic has to come all the way into here, get the ranger within that orange zone to be able to do the attack. Alright, let's do the attack. And even though it says dagger right here, I'm going to call it a spear and say a +1 to the attack. So the attack roll is a 3 and does not hit the AC 15 of the ranger. Now it's the ranger's turn. And now the ranger wants to draw the cult fanatic onto the bridge and then to be able to push the cult fanatic off the bridge, right? The ranger is going to step back. And then if the cult fanatic wants to continue to attack, it has to come closer onto the bridge, but doesn't get an attack of opportunity because the ranger has still not left this extended combat zone. Okay, so the ranger will actually come in and do a ranged attack. Short bow. 25 hits. Damage 7. So come in here. -7 hit points for the cult fanatic. Now the ranger does not want to move away beyond this, otherwise there would be an attack of opportunity from the cult fanatic. For example, if the ranger went back here, the cult fanatic would be able to step forward and do the attack of opportunity. But the ranger will stay right there not to draw an attack of opportunity. So now we go to the cult fanatic. So the cult fanatic wants to continue to attack. Steps in, does the attack. Has to get a 15 or better. The attack hits. Damage. Damage of 5. So we'll put in damage 5 on the ranger. And so now the ranger is going to continue to draw the cult fanatic onto the bridge. Step back. Do a ranged attack. And has a critical miss. But at least the ranger is drawing the cult fanatic onto the bridge. So now, the cult fanatic's turn. Cult fanatic steps in, gets the ranger in that orange zone. We'll do an attack. Gets the 15 AC of the ranger with damage. We see the damage is 9, so the ranger takes 9 damage. Put in the 9, click on damage. So now we go to the ranger's turn. So the ranger's going to step back, do another ranged attack. Gets a 9 on the attack roll and misses. So now the Cult Fanatic will step in, do another attack. Gets a 17 with damage. 6 more damage for the ranger. Now this is where the ranger is not going to step back, but now having drawn the Cult Fanatic onto the bridge by moving continually out to that extended combat zone area and drawing the Cult Fanatic in that direction, now the ranger will come in and do a shove to try and push that Cult Fanatic off the bridge. We'll now do an athletics maneuver. And the ranger gets a critical hit. So that is enough right there to push the Cult Fanatic 5, even 10 feet because of the natural 20. So now the Cult Fanatic is dropped into the river and floats away. And that was the whole point that the ranger wanted to do, was to draw that Cult Fanatic onto the bridge and then shove it off the bridge. Okay, so that's just an example of how this extended combat works. You can actually use that extended zone to draw your combatant in the direction that you want to go without receiving opportunity attacks. So you can actually, it gives you a space to get out of the attack zone, but in a very limited area just beyond it, and then your combatant has to come forward to continue to attack you, but you're always in the combat zone. Alright, if you have any questions, just leave a comment, ask me. That'll do it for this video for an example on the extended combat zone. Thank you for watching.